What is deforestation? We chose this topic for a couple of reasons. One being to emphasize the importance of the trees and plants on this planet. Another being to show people how us humans are affecting the forests around the world and how we humans are being affected by the destruction. We are all humans and we don't want to live with the thought of destroying nature, the ecosystems, and other human and animal lives. In 100 years, if we had the same rate of deforestation, we are most likely going to clear all rainforests and forests, converting them into deserts.
Deforestation is clearing Earth's forests on a massive scale, often resulting in damage to the quality of the land. Forests still cover about 30% of the world's land area, but swaths the size of Panama are lost each and every year. Deforestation, or the depletion of the rainforest, is a mass destruction of forest land and plantation. This leads towards less oxygen and water in the atmosphere, and many more devastating impacts on Earth. This links towards the usage of fossil fuels and immense carbon dioxide released in the atmosphere. As less trees there are in the Earth and less oxygen in the atmosphere, in a matter of time, there will be not enough oxygen in the world to breathe. As for now, 31% of land on Earth is covered by rainforests. 15% of all greenhouse gas emissions are a result of 46 to 58,000 square miles of forests depleted each year. World Resource Institute states that the Earth has lost 80% of its forest cover. Commercial agriculture is responsible for 32%, with logging at 14% and fuel requirements at 5%. Also, deforestation rates have increased by 8.5% since 1990s, and the level of carbon dioxide is 27% higher than half a million years ago.
As you can see here, the graph shows the growth in population and deforestation since 1990. Since 1990, Africa has been the continent with the highest deforestation rate. This proves to us that rise in population has increased deforestation rate in Africa. However, this is not the case with other continents such as Oceania, Asia, North America, and Europe. Oceania, Asia, and North America each have had growth in population, but a very small rise in deforestation. Europe has had an increase of population by 1%, but a deforestation rate of negative 1%.
The rainforests are habitat to 10 million species, and approximately 137 plant, insect, and animal species are lost each day. A single tree can store to 1.5 million tons of carbon dioxide. Total amount of forests in the world store more than 1 trillion tons of carbon dioxide. Trees store carbon dioxide in biomass and soil. 17% of global emission and greenhouse gases contribute to the loss of trees. The increase of carbon dioxide can cause warmth throughout the planet, which links towards climate change.
Deforestation has proven to have many effects. One effect of deforestation is loss of habitat, and this is one of the most important effects of deforestation. Many plants and animals die due to loss of their habitats. Loss of habitat can also majorly affect things such as the loss of species as their habitats are being cut down. The main effect of deforestation include loss of species and plants, changes in the water cycle, increased greenhouse gases, and even soil erosion. One of the major effects is the increased greenhouse gases in the air, and this can cause many problems. The main one, global warming. Greenhouse gases are a must to keep our planet warm, but too much can lead to global warming. Once trees, which store carbon and other gases, are cut down, all their gases go into the atmosphere and therefore increase greenhouse gases.
Urbanization is one of the biggest causes of deforestation. Urbanization results in space being made for factories, buildings, houses, and roads. Not only that, but because of the machines used for construction, pollution is spread. Mining is another cause of deforestation. Mining also requires space to be made, mostly large spaces. The mines made pollute the air because of the equipment used and the substances inside the mine. Agriculture is a large contributing factor to deforestation. It is when farmers cut down a large amount of trees to make space for crops and cattle. The spacing is large due to the amount of food demanded by people. Another great contributing factor are forest fires. Forest fires are normally caused either by extreme summers, mild winters, or more commonly known, man, which can wipe out complete forests. Logging is one of the most common action used for deforestation. Logging is normally used for the production of our main products used in our everyday lives, such as paper, pencils, furniture, palm oil, matchsticks, medicine, etc.
Honduras is one of the most deforested countries in the world since 1990. Honduras before 1990 was covered by trees, but after, 35% of the trees were cut down. Today, 37% of all trees in Honduras have been cleared. Only 52% are left, 5% of them being frontier forest. The second most deforested country in the world is Nigeria. Half of Nigeria was covered by trees. Now only 10% is left, with no frontier forest included. In the past 2 decades, 32% of trees were removed from Nigeria. Now 37% have been removed.
The Amazon rainforest is one of the biggest rainforests in the world. It stretches throughout multiple countries including Brazil, Ecuador, Peru, Colombia, Bolivia, Venezuela, Suriname, Guinea, and French Guinea. The Amazon holds more than half of its ecosystem's water and its plants alone, according to the National Geographic Society. About 20% of the world's oxygen comes from the Amazon rainforest alone. Each year, that number gets smaller and smaller. Since 1997, 750,000 square miles of trees in the Amazon has been removed due to logging, cattle ranching, etc. The leading cause of deforestation in the Amazon is cattle ranching. Cattle ranching requires farmers to clear out massive spaces for cattle and crops. The Amazon rainforest is the ideal rainforest for cattle ranching because of its immense space. Between 1966 and 1975, cattle ranching took 38% of the trees in the Amazon. Since 2009, Brazil has improved the rate of deforestation because of state-run banks mandating landowners and slaughterhouses reducing their demand.
There are multiple solutions for deforestation. Some of the most helpful ones are replace cut-down trees, paying for each tree, and not clearing out the whole forest. The first one requires people to directly replace the tree after cutting it down, so the tree that was cut down would grow back faster. The second one requires loggers to pay for each tree depending on the rarity and size of the tree. This will increase the economy for better investments in the growth of the trees. The last solution requires the country or city to make a law stating that loggers are not allowed to clear a whole forest and only clear a small section of the forest.
The human population not only has a huge contributing factor in the destruction of trees, but are also victims of deforestation. Urbanization has had many effects such as native tribes to flee from their homes in the forests, pollution from the machines that are killing the trees and polluting the oxygen in the air that is being inhaled by us humans. Forest fires result in wildfires spreading throughout neighborhoods, resulting in injuries and deaths. The human population is not the only population to be affected. The animal kingdom is also a victim of deforestation as well. Animals lose their homes and habitats, making them to migrate to areas which they should not be migrating to. And this can make changes in the ecosystem, and extinction of animals can rise. All of this is because we humans are not willing to learn.
World Wildlife Fund is an organization that supports the growth and species wilderness preservation, and also the safety of species. World Wildlife Fund works with governments and communities to combat forest illegal loggings and to preserve wildlife. The Global Forest Watch released a program monitoring forests. This program uses millions of satellite images in order to monitor the deforested forests globally. This organization is a United Nations organization program that awards nations for protecting forests, rewards by giving nations carbon credits due to its preservation of forests. Carbon credits are sold to industrialized nations.